starting today at the good old Home Depot. We opened up the bus this morning and there's wasps all over it. So we're here to get some wasp spray and see if we can figure it out. Hey guys, Alicia and Angelo and Kimani. We just started our bus up and we're back. It's been some bad weather here in Western Washington since November. So this is our first weekend back. We get to work on the bus today. We woke up this morning and there were a bunch of wasps in the bus. So we ran to Home Depot to get some wasp spray, left all the windows and doors open, came back and all the wasps are gone. So we're happy about that. We were worried we might have had a nest in the bus, but it doesn't appear that that's the case at this moment. And so we're gonna do some rust conversion and get working on that project. So come with us, and Angelo's gonna work on removing the bolts on the rest of the floor. So strip hazards. Yeah, all the little bolts are sticking out where we pulled all the flooring up. So Angelo's gonna work on removing all of those with the angle grinder today, and we'll give you guys a time lapse to watch us through the process. Let's go. I know a lot of you guys have been wondering, where is Kimani? Where is our shuttle bus? And she is home! We're so excited! So Kimani has been at the shop in Mount Vernon getting a trailer hitch put on. And we're so excited that she's home and we can keep going on our conversion. She's been up there for almost a month. And so we're so excited to have her home. I'll show you a little bit about what we had to do. Angelo just went up there and picked her up and we're so excited. So here's what we did. Angelo's getting there parked up. So this guy down here in the corner might look a little unfamiliar. That's our new muffler because we had a trailer hitch put on. So as you can see, there's a trailer hitch now back here on the back of the bus, which is gonna be really great. We're gonna haul my car once we're on the road. And so we decided that now was the best time to do that because there's no floors. So now is the perfect time to do this project. But if you guys remember, and you may not because we didn't show the back end of the bus much, but our muffler was coming out right there. So we knew we were gonna have to reroute it. So we took it up to Smitty's in Mount Vernon and they rerouted our muffler. Isn't that exciting? We're so excited. We got a great hitch here. It's welded on, so we know it's good and strong. And we're so excited. So more Kimani content coming to you soon now that our bus is home. Hey guys, Alicia and Angelo here. We're back. It's the end of August now. I know you guys haven't seen much of us. This rust process has just been a lot. So we're gonna split up today and tackle some projects for the bus. So Angelo is gonna go in the bus and he is gonna remove any of the fiberglass or anything, dirt, dust left over in the bus so that we can do one last coat of Rust-Oleum. That Rust-Oleum is going to go even up on the walls. So basically anything that's not a window will get some Rust-Oleum on it. So he's just going to go prep and get ready for that. And while he's doing that, we have purchased 6 quarter-inch or half-inch plywood sheets, and I am going to be prepping these. This is going to be our first layer of our floor. And so I am going to be prepping these with sanding them, and then we're going to put a couple of coats of marine stuff on it. And I'll show you that when I get to that piece. But for now, I'm going to get to sanding and Angela's going to go work in the bus. We're excited to see you guys again and be back. Here we go. Guys, so while I was sanding, Angelo has been in the bus and he has been removing any fiberglass that's on the walls. So I'm gonna show you a little bit about what that looks like. All right, so he has taken a power drill there with one of those metal brush heads on the end of it, and he is just taking that along the walls. This seems to be working great. It's removing any fiberglass or any stuff that's there on the walls, and prepping this area for the last layer of Rust-Oleum. So like I said, the Rust-Oleum is going to go on all of the metal bars down here on the floor, all on the walls. It's going to go on the complete ceiling, and it's going to go on these walls. So basically anything that's not a window at this point that's metal is going to get a coat of Rust-Oleum. Also, the reason that we have been a little MIA, if you missed our Instagram reel, is that the bus was in the shop. So we took it up to Smitty's Pro Services here in Mount Vernon, Washington, and had them add a hitch to the bus. So here's a little of what that looks like. They did an amazing job, really, really good. They welded this whole thing on there. But what they had, the biggest problem with this was that our exhaust came out right there. That's where our exhaust or tailpipe came out of. So they actually rerouted our tailpipe to the side here on the bus. Looks great, and I'll show you a little bit what that looks like from the inside. So you can see they came out from our tailpipe. It used to run along this bar here underneath, and they actually rerouted it and sent it out this side, back side of our bus, so it's not where the hitch is at. And then they actually built in some extra framing here. I'm not sure if you guys can see this. Built in some extra framing to make this hitch work. I don't know if this is giving you guys a very good view. I'm not great at this, but either way, our hitch looks great. Our plan is to tow my car on a flatbed trailer, so that when we get to locations, we can actually explore a little bit without taking the 30-pound bus or 30 feet bus into the city or into different parks and things like that. So I think this will work out great. We're really excited. We wanted to do this project while there was no floors because it makes it a little bit easier on the guys doing the install. All right, so next step for me is all of my boards are now sanded and ready to go. And now I'm gonna put a coat of what's called, let's see what it's called. So this is Spar Varnish. And this is marine layer. I'll post a link to this down in the comments. But this is what we're going to be putting on all of those boards. These boards are going to be exposed to the weather on one side. So they're going to go over top of the metal framing in the bus, and so the underside will potentially be exposed to, will be exposed to the elements. So we'll be exposed to while we're driving, water kicking up underneath, and so we just want to make sure that this wood is really protected and has a good water seal on it so that it stays protected, it doesn't rot or have any problems like that. So that's my project for the day. Is I'm going to take all these boards that I just sanded and put a layer of this marine varnish or spar varnish on. After this coat, we are going to put a layer of marine paint on the bus as well, or on the boards as well, but this will be our first coat, and this is clear. Basically, we're just hoping that this helps the paint not completely absorb in, because the paint is pretty pricey. So is this. And so just trying to see, get it a little bit more bang for our buck, a little bit extra layer with this varnish on there. So we're gonna go do that. All right, guys, we took a break for some lunch, and now I am gonna go finish varnishing the wood while Angelo heads back into the bus, and he's gonna start putting our first layer of the, well, our only layer, we're hoping only one layer, of the black Rust-Oleum. And like I said, that's gonna go on anything metal pretty much in the bus. Is gonna get a coat of that to be kind of our last piece of rust prevention, so that our frame is in good shape for many, many years to come. All right, we'll see you in a bit. Well, guys, I ran out of varnish and I still have 2 more boards. So I am going to put this project on hold, and I will finish the last 2 boards tomorrow after I do a Lowe's run tomorrow morning. We've got somewhere to go tonight, so I just don't want to try to make it into town to pick that up tonight with traffic. So I will pick it up in the morning. We'll finish this project. Let's go see what Angelo's doing in the bus. All right, guys, I think now is when we're going to see a little bit of a transformation in here. So look at that. You've got the unpainted over here, sorry, over here, and then look at this beautiful black coating that's gonna go all over the bus, and this is just gonna give us a really nice base. Angelo's putting it on, looks like he's putting it on nice and thick, and it's gonna look great when it's all finished. Hey guys, Alicia and Angelo here, back for what we hope is our final day of rust remediation. So today we are doing our last, doing the rest of the coat of the Rust-Oleum over the whole bus. So let me show you what Angelo did a couple weeks ago. So as you can see, all that black is what Angelo did a couple weeks ago, and we're going to continue it. He did a majority of the passenger side of the bus and all the way up into the ceiling. So we're going to finish the driver's side of the bus, the ceiling, and the floor today. We are in traditional Pacific Northwest, starting to sprinkle, and it's supposed to rain all week, but we're going to be inside the bus, so we're okay. And we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna put on a time lapse just so you guys can watch this last coat, because I think this is kind of the fun coat, because you get to see it turn all clean and black. And we'll see you soon. Alright guys, we're done for the day today, and we're gonna cut this video and actually put it out for you. It's got about 3 months worth of content.
Yeah,
maybe more. We're pretty coated in paint today. You know, Rust-Oleum. So we're gonna find some paint thinner and take that off, but we did pretty good. I'm gonna flip around and show you what we got. All right, so here in the bus, we did a pretty good coat of all the walls. The ceiling is completely done. So walls and ceilings are completely done. The floor, we ran out of paint. So we got to just about the wheel wells back. So the front half past the wheel wells, we still need to put a coat of Rust-Oleum on. And then the other thing that we didn't do is we didn't go around the windows. As you can see, you can kind of see some redness right there. From the old color, and that's because we're gonna pull all of those windows and reseal them. So when we do that, we'll pull them, we'll coat the beams in, you know, anything exposed in the Rust-Oleum before we put the windows back on. And so that's kind of our plan there. That way we didn't get any paint on the window sill, or, you know, windows at all, or the frames, and kind of did that. So that's kind of our progress. It looks so nice and clean. We really love how it's turning out. This really made it feel like something's happening and it's coming together. So stay tuned. The next time you'll see this, the floor will be completely done.
Well, not completely
before,
done.
Well, with Rust-Oleum. The Rust-Oleum will be completely done by the next time you guys see us. So we'll skip that little piece of videotaping and come back when we are installing floors. I think that'll be our next step. So we do have 2 things to install under the floors that we do want to put in before we put a first layer of wood down. So we are going to install our propane tanks. Those are going to go on the passenger side of the bus between the back bus door and the wheel well, and we've bought those 2 horizontal propane tanks, and we've bought like the door, access door, that we're going to actually cut a hole in the bus and install. And then on the driver's side of the bus, we have our gray water tank. We bought a 40-gallon gray water tank, and that's going to go on between the wheel well and the driver's seat. So kind of on that back end will be where our gray water tank, because that will be under our kind of the same area as our shower and our kitchen. So it makes sense to have our gray water tank there. Anyways, it was a slow summer for us with the bus in the shop, but we are hoping to get going. Angelo's was really busy this summer. He worked and gigged a ton, and so now he's slowing down, at least on gigs. He's got a couple coming up, but not as bad as it was over the summer. So hopefully we'll be back on track and get some weekends in. We've got a couple things coming up here and there, and then the weather is now, we are in Seattle rain. You guys can probably hear it, see it dripping behind me, but it is pouring down rain today. So getting the windows in and things like that, we're gonna have to wait for some semi-dry days to get those done. We can pop up, but still got to be a little bit dry.
It doesn't have to be 90 degrees out or 60.
Right, which is the problem we had with the Rust-Oleum, is it had to be a certain temperature. So at least with the windows and things like that, we don't need a temperature. We just need somewhat dry. So we'll see how the Pacific Northwest treats us this fall and winter to get some more work done. All right, signing off. We'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. Bye.